Hey YouTube, it's me again, and here we are with another video. So I went out shooting this morning and got to thinking. Shooting is something that I really enjoy doing and do it fairly often, and I thought that I might like to take you guys along for the ride sometimes. So we're starting a new project here. I've always kind of been fascinated by precision shooting and thought I would kind of like to get into that. So this weekend I went to Iowa to visit some family, and while I was there for Labor Day weekend, and while I was there, I dropped in Dick's just to see, what they have, and I saw the Savage Axis there, and I'd been looking at that rifle for a while. It's a pretty accurate rifle that's cheap, and they had it for $100 off what it usually was, and I got a $50 rebate too. So I ended up paying $279 for this, and I haven't done the rebate yet. So this is the Savage Axis. I got it in 308. That's a pretty accurate cartridge, and I should be able to get into hand loading that sooner or later, which would be fun. It came with a Bushnell's 3x9 scope on it. So the morning after I got it, Sunday morning before Labor Day, I went out to the range, snuck out to the range in the morning, and I went through a box of ammo, 20 shells. I actually bought 2 boxes, planned on going through 2 boxes, but on my 20th shot, the scope broke, so I would really recommend getting a different scope for this rifle. It doesn't really bother me that much because I was going to buy a new one anyways, but now the eye relief is super off, but the actual magnification lens had turned all the way 90 degrees, and it does occasionally just kind of whatever, and you can hear it rattles and makes nasty noises now. So cheap scope, but whatever, I'm going to get a new one. Safe check. Chamber's empty. So what I'm going to be working on now is I'm going to get a new stock for this. I'm probably going to do a job on the trigger, get a nice scope for it, and then go through some hand load development probably, and see what kind of accuracy we can get out of this. So I think that'll be a pretty interesting project to work on. But here's my new Savage Axis, and I'm going to take you along for the ride. So, watching this video as I'm editing the footage, I kind of realized that I didn't actually tell you what I'm going to do to this rifle to make it more accurate. So really what I'm unhappy with in the rifle is the scope is cheap and it broke. The stock is kind of flimsy and the trigger is really heavy. And also I can't find good match grade ammo for really cheap. So there are kind of 4 parts, I guess. I'm going to be changing out the stock, getting a new scope, lightening up the trigger, and getting into some hand loading. So the first part is I'm ordering a stock from Boyd's, a classic laminate stock, and that's what I'm showing next. This is kind of the first part that I'm going to be working on, and I think the trigger's next, and the scope's after that, and then hand loads. So here we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I measured the contour of the barrel at a couple places that Boyd's stocks had to double check the measurements of the new stock I'm getting. Boyd's stocks ended up, I think, is going to be the best choice. They got really decent priced laminate stocks. I guess you could say this is kind of going to be a budget precision rifle, and so you measure right in front of the barrel lug, and then 9 inches in front of the receiver, which I did, and it comes out to the same measurements that they have on their stocks. So that's good, and I'm going to go ahead and order that today. Just some other things that we'll look at while the gun's apart. The trigger mechanism that I was looking at is actually really simple. There's the engagement surfaces for the trigger, and then that spring is what looks like is causing the trigger to be heavy. After shooting it, it's a really nice trigger. It breaks very cleanly, but it's pretty heavy at this point, so I'm going to probably reduce that, see if I can find a different spring for there. And then I think I'm going to take this trigger apart and polish up those surfaces with the buffing wheel and get everything mirror polished so it breaks nice and clean, no grit at all. So that's about it for today, I think. I'm going to order that stock, and I guess another update when that comes in, and next time I go shoot it, I'll take you guys along.